Right, welcome to part 3 of my diary piece. Last time we spoke I was fishing that lake in Cambridge. It's gone no publicity now. I pulled off of there, I think it was the first week in May, and all through the summer I've been busy with the tutorials and stuff. So I've not really had my rods out until recently. So what have I done? I've been to Kingsmead on a feature for ACF, Advanced Carp Fishing. Never been there before. John Claridge suggested we go there because there's a good chance for £30 for the camera, and turned up through the gate, got there sort of 6 o'clock on a Monday morning, pulled in at sort of the narrow end, and immediately there was fish jumping out, and I was like, cool, no one about, no other anglers on the lake. So I went back to the van, got the gear out, cast out to where these fish were showing, using the same sort of rigs that I was using in Cambridge, like little conventional end-trap pop-up rigs, little 12mm pink pop-ups, and cast out, felt that down, clonked down, all looked pretty good, you know, depths of water, I guess 12 to 14 feet. And the showing continued, and I thought I'm going to catch one any second, and I didn't, you know, and as the morning wore on and the activity sort of died out, I didn't work out why I hadn't caught, you know. I thought probably the fish were off the bottom because the sun came out, so I put out a couple of zigs. By this point I hadn't seen anything for an hour or so, and I was starting to wonder if they were still there, but no other anglers on the lake, no other sightings. I had to assume they were still there unless I had evidence otherwise. So I wound these zigs in the middle of the afternoon, and literally just sort of swung one to hand. One jumped out where they'd been jumping in the morning, so I knew they were still there. Half-heartedly had a little sort of look around, didn't find any fish, so decided to stay put where I was. Used my marker rod without the float on, just attached a 2-ounce lead, because the fish had been showing at sort of 25 to 35 yards, and yeah, with a 2-ounce bomb on braid mainline, flicked it out there on the lines where they've been showing. I'm plucking it through fairly low lying Canadian pondweed. Managed to locate a couple of small gravel spots. They're very small, and I know people sort of exaggerate. They were like bin lids, you know. You could get a drop all round the swim, but there was little patches out there that the lead just literally tickled across, like purring across fine pea gravel, and located those spots, flicked them out, hit the clips, out there with my rods, measured up same as the braid. So basically what I'd done, found the spot with the braid, wrapped it round sticks, worked out how far it was. I think it was 7 or 8 wraps or 6 or 7 wraps if memory serves me right. Once I had it exactly in my head where it was, I've done the same with my fishing rods, which were loaded with fluorocarbon. Cast out against the reel's clips, felt it down until I was satisfied. You know, I made sure, you know, I probably had half a dozen to 10 chucks per rod. Like I say, I was only using light bombs, 2 ounces, and they were followed in with 8 pouch, was the new cell/activate hybrid bait. So that was that. Didn't see anything else that evening. Woke up at first thing in the morning to a short sharp take, and early on in the fight I knew it was a good fish, but I didn't know quite how big. As it came through under the rod tip, it started to feel heavier and heavier and heavier, and in the sort of early morning gloom, John sort of caught me by surprise and scooped it below the water before it was properly beaten, but he saw an opportunity and took it, and unbelievably his biggest fish in the lake, a fish called Starries at 46 £. We'd only been looking at like a video clip on YouTube with Barry Hearn holding it the previous spring at £50. So yeah, it's mad to see it in the bottom of my net on the first morning of the venue. So that was the feature in the bag. Throughout the next sort of 24 hours, we stayed on another night. I caught another 6 fish, I believe, including another 30, and the rest were all sort of mid to upper 20s, which was a good start to the live series. And like I say, other than that, I hadn't been fishing since May. Well, it's now the end of October. And we came to a big lake on the sort of south coast, and to do the next part of the feature. About 50 acres, 120 carp, quite a good head of big uns, but you know, far from easy. And on the first trip here, I caught fish after getting here the night before. Got her in the morning, and sorry, got in the evening. First thing in the morning, looking for fish, didn't see anything. So set up in a central peg, cast the rods out, and was just sort of cocked really, not really fishing, hadn't put any bait out, just cast singles out because I don't know the lake. All I wanted to do was see one and cast at it because it didn't appear too weedy, and I thought that would be a good tactic. Just on dusk, one launched out, very long range, and I had a new tapered line on from Corda, which is 0.33 in diameter and the heavy end 0.50, 4.5 ounce lead. Cracked it out there with the wind behind me. very long range. Sort of, I think it was 165 yards marked it the following day. And the following morning, after casting out to that showing fish, it's ripped off at sort of twilight time in the morning. 26-pound mirror. So that was that. I got a bit of a taste of the place after that, and decided to come back. Sort of decided to do my sort of autumn campaign. I'm just getting back into it, and I'm really enjoying it. The following week after the 26, I caught a 32 and a 27 and lost one. Lost one in the rain in the middle of the night. Was bullying it, trying to get it in the net, which was stupid. You know, probably another 30-pounder. They were taken from the same areas that where I'd seen the fish show on the first trip, and came back the following week and done 3 nights. Didn't even see a fish. You know, and I was thinking, oh, is that it for the autumn? You know, have they shut up shop? Come back the following week, fishing again, same sort of tactics, like long pop-ups into the middle. Caught a 40-pounder and a 35-pounder. I'll drop some pictures in over top of this video. Lovely fish, both of them. And so that was, yeah, that's the 4th trip I caught them, and we're on my 5th trip now. Tactics wise, all I'm doing is looking for showing fish and casting as close to them as I can. It's a massive lake, you know, like I say, 50 acres, but quite square. Even if you cast 150 yards from the 2 closest banks, there's still a channel in the middle of over 100 yards of water you can't touch. So I'm anticipating them being out there quite a lot, out of range. You know, I know if I was a carper, people were trying to stick a hook in my mouth, and that's where I'd be. So yeah, we're on the 5th session. Done 15 nights so far. Plan to go up until early December. Keep plodding away 2 or 3 nights a week, depending on how the weather goes. It's been quite mild so far. Other than that, I've got a trip to Gigantica starting on the 10th of November. Really dearly want to catch a big one out there. You know, I've had a couple of 50s out there the first time I went, but in the last few trips I've not managed to get amongst the big girls, and I'd dearly like to get a PB out of there. You know, 65 plus, so that'd be great. So yeah, hopefully next time I talk I'll have a few more to show you.